Scorpio 15. Children playing around 5 mounds of sand. Bit of an obscure image, but let's have a look at it. Children, so naive, underdeveloped, innocent beings. 5, the number 5 we can look at. It's a numerological clue to the meaning of the wisdom here. Grains of sand forming into mounds, taking bits of things and turning them into something bigger and giving something shape. So it's a creative process. And in fact, we find the number 5 indicates creativity. The traditional study of numerology associates 5 with the capacity of the mind to delve into the realms of potential and come up with something new. Very inventive. And it requires a certain attitude of mind, which is the very opposite of analytical and grasping. It requires the open, playful mind of a child. So the whole image has to do with our capacity to be creative and how to do that, and in fact, why to do that. Now, how to do that is basically playfully. Our creative side is aligned with the playful side of our nature. And we can see that what is called the education system is not education at all. Education means drawing out. It comes from ducare, or I think in Latin, which means to lead. So the word E, the letter E or X means out. So it's the leading out. So an educator tries to draw out the potential of a child. And that's their purpose. Whereas what we call the education system is the very opposite. It's trying to put in bigoted, disciplined thoughts so that these children can grow up to be obedient slaves to society. Here what we're saying is, look, this needs to be rescued now. We've been abused as children because of this awful education system that tries to condition us into being servants of a wrong-minded world. We have to reverse that, and the appropriate way to really educate a child is to encourage them playfully to be curious about potential new knowledge. I've spent a lot of time working in this area of discovering new ways to teach and to learn, and we've come across a formula which seems to work really well. And you basically give children freedom of choice, whether they want to do this or that or the other, whether it's scholastic or technical or playful and sporting. You just give them the freedom of choice to do anything they want to do, and again and again and again over the years. And these children have clearly grown up to be of a different quality. They're more intelligent generally than average. They're more creative by far than most children. They're more socially integrated. They're very clever at dealing with unknown situations and finding answers to problems. They work together in teams. They're an extraordinary statement of what is possible in one generation. We can just reverse the damage that has been done to our children in one generation, as long as we use correct teaching techniques. And these are centered around the fundamental principle of encouraging children to be creative. Now, we can also honestly reflect upon our own history of having been squeezed into this ridiculous education system and forced to become something that we didn't find comfortable in order to get money to pay bills and so on. And we have to do this process for ourselves. We also have to learn how to reclaim our lost creativity. And the same formula applies. We need to be playful. And that doesn't mean using alcohol and other substances in order to get into this mood of false jollity. No, playful. Playing with children would be good. Playing music, games, having fun, letting go of this blinkered, straight-jacketed attitude to life that's structured on the idea of wrong and right according to social norms. The importance of this cannot be overstated. The times of change are upon us, and this means several things. Pretty much it's our last chance to rescue our species from its awful destiny. The way we're going right now is shameful, and we will suffer if we don't change things. Not everybody will want to change, but those who do want to change will change, can change. And the way in which we change is by affirming what it is we want instead of what we got. Be the change that you want to see in the world, Mahatma Gandhi. So if you want the world to be a place where children learn through playful behavior, then we have actually to play, and to play with our children and play amongst ourselves in a way which is not designed to achieve a result. That playful energy not only has a healing effect on the individual, whether child or adult, but it also has a healing effect on life, on the planet, because it creates an atmosphere which is spreadable. It moves out. Somebody who's in a good mood has a very strong influence on the other people around, and it's a lifting influence. And that's what we have to do now. The essential problem that we're facing in the world today is fear. It's the heaviness of fear, expressed in all sorts of ways: anxiety, depression, mistrust, control, guardedness. This is just fear expressing itself. And that energy is heavy. It's the opposite of life. It's life-denying. And it has come to a level now where the life force is struggling to express itself. It's just not possible for people to be light-hearted and joyful most of the time, because they're going to work and they're in traffic jams and they're having to pay bills and they're having to do too much at home because there's a nuclear family instead of an extended family. Everything that we've done for the last 100 years has brought about a greater heaviness of atmosphere in life, in the world, in ourselves even. That must be reversed. That's the job at hand, and it's urgent. To reverse it, we affirm the opposite. So the opposite of heavy is light. The opposite of serious is light-hearted. We have to affirm joy as well as love. We have to affirm faith instead of fear. And these are the qualities of a creative, playful child, using the mind to work out new ways of doing things. We don't want to do it the old way, because we know the old way creates the results that we can see around us, and I don't like them. I don't like that people are afraid of living, are cautious about everything they do. I don't like that. I want something else. I want people to be confident that they can be themselves authentically and spontaneously. Just imagine that you lived your life so that every single moment of it, pretty much, is lived authentically. You're who you are in every moment, and spontaneously. No guardedness, no fear of the risk of embarrassment. Wherever did embarrassment come from? Animals don't get embarrassed. We've invented embarrassment to contain people within a circle of tightness, to control who they are. Well, break out. We need to break out. We need to be exactly who we are. and to do that outrageously, in public if necessary, preferably, so that other people will feel the confidence to do it. You know, dance in the street if you're in a good mood. Sing as you walk along on the way to work. Whatever you feel like doing. Don't let other people impose their heavy fear upon your lightheartedness. That's the spiritual imperative of our age. You know, those of us that are trying to rescue the world, let's sing and dance. Let's be having a good time here. The danger is that we're all going to buy into the fact that things are so serious, we better get heavy. No, things are so serious, we better get lighthearted.